Welcome back, everyone. Now, scams called crash for
got a bit
cash
excited there.
have been increasing, where fraudsters deliberately hit another car to claim compensation.
It's unbelievable. Now, cases rose to a massive 6,000% last year, and now more and more people are reporting scammers using mopeds to carry out this crime.
If Alice has calmed herself down, she is here to explain more. Alice, you hear about this, but 6,000% is incredible.
It's almost too bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah.
That people are faking and forging and forcing these accidents just to get money. But I've always said scamsters will stop at nothing to get your money. So now what they're doing is throwing themselves in front of your vehicle in order to get money from your insurers. Now, this has been happening for the last 10 years. There's three main brackets of this kind of crime. The first one is a ghost accident. So it never actually happened. Nothing happened. They just put through a false claim using your number plates, your insurance, and claim it. They are. Not so much. That's sort of one of the smaller ones. The next one is an induced accident. So this is one where they set up a scene that actually causes a genuine collision, but only because they have set it up. So I think we've got one to show you here. So they basically have... Actually, that's come in at... That's the aftermath of another one.
What,
but
he's
this is a guy, so he's faking an injury.
Why are we pixelating his face? We should
I know, why aren't we just going straight for the bars? He's actually made off because, as I'm going to show you in a minute, there was dash cam that recorded that. So have a look at another one, because the next one is, you can see they've staged an accident, and it's staged completely. Let's have a little look at this one. Right, so here you go. Here's a guy with a scooter.
Oh, my gosh!
I mean, look at that.
I mean, that is extraordinary.
It's like a Premier League footballer.
Now, who's this guy?
I mean,
is he his accomplice?
So here's a guy, happens to be there. Here's
is he the witness?
Happens to be there. He's a witness. So this is often a cast of many. There's not just the guy on the scooter, but there's people who are ready.
As soon as he says we've got a dash cam, they run off.
On the street. And then, dash cam, I'm out of here.
Oh, she told them?
Yes, exactly, and she was recording it.
You almost wish she wouldn't have told
said anything.
I know, but that's why it's so complicated. And I'll go through this in a minute, but you can't trust. Normally, you have a little crash and you think, oh, my goodness, witness, fantastic, come in and tell me what happened. Well, you're in on it. So
oh my God.
The whole thing is going to be completely twisted. So as we said, this has gone up 6,000% from last year. It's ridiculous. Insurance fraud bureaus say that there are more than 30,000 accidents like this every year.
I suppose they just can't prove it, can they?
Well, it's very difficult to, and every single insurer is reporting cases like this. And, of course, that amounts to masses of claims. 27 million pounds worth of claims last year were these faked, set-up cases, these crashes, this cash for crash. And it is very difficult. And the cost to the victim is not just that their insurance premium is going to go up, but also they'll lose their no claims bonus. They'll also have the psychological damage of a crash and thinking that they've hurt someone. So you need two things. You need to be forewarned and you need to know what to do if it happens to you. Because these things happen very quickly. And you need to, when you get in your car and you're going on a drive, you just need to have it in the back of your mind that this could happen to you, especially, and I hate to say this, especially if you're a female in a car on your own, because that's who they're targeting. So females and women or parents with children in the back. Because if you've got a child in the back of your car, you're going to just want to get out of it. You're going to sew it all up very quickly. Or give me your name and address. We'll follow that up later because you want to get the children away from that scenario and home safely.
What should we do if we haven't got one of those dash cams like that? Well, what would you do in that situation?
Well, you would gather as many different witnesses as possible because the chances are that witness A and witness B are in cahoots with the main man or woman. But if you gather lots of witnesses, then the chances are you're going to get a true picture. I would also call the police. Now, obviously, it's a minor accident. I mean, that's just a very blatant one. I think if we've got another one, we can show you, if we run the next VT, we can show you. So these guys have set up, they're actually going to, hopefully...
They put your helmet up.
There we go, and they...
Put your helmet up.
are going to...
What are they doing?
Okay.
Oh, I thought he was actually going to run into
Right.
it, but
Okay.
he's not. So what often happens is, well, he is now going to, he says, I've got your number is what he's saying. He's now going to feign an accident with you in your car. There's nothing you can do about that. But there are scenarios. So if you've come up to a junction and there's somebody coming towards you, there's traffic static, and there's a very helpful person there who waves you on. Come on out, love, safe to go. Happens every day, doesn't it? So you pull out, well, hang on a minute, nice man in the van has got a friend who's coming up on his outside and bang, you're going to hit him. He's on a scooter and you're going to hit him. And that is a setup or an induced intentional accident. And no
But you don't
harm
want to
will
have
come.
to try to change the way... if you're a good driver, you're a helpful driver, you don't want to have to change your behaviour because of this with everyone.
Listen, we have to change our behaviour every minute.
I don't know
of
if
every
I
day
buy
because
that. I
of
mean, I think,
scams.
you've got to be a compassionate and considerate driver.
You have, but actually, you shouldn't. I genuinely had an accident with a motorcyclist when someone waved me out. When I was much, much younger, somebody waved me out. I pulled out in South London and turned right, and there was a motorcyclist coming.
Yeah, you've
who's
got to
a
go when
genuine
you
person.
think it's safe.
You go when you know it's safe, and I think any motoring organisation would say that. Don't be waved out by some person who wants you to clear. They think they're being kind. They actually can't see the car coming up. I'm sorry, but that is a pattern of behaviour you've got to change. Also, look at another one that's happening. Sorry, Dermot.
That's right, I disagree. I think you've just got to be a normal, compassionate driver.
You do. And also, when we're talking about normal driving, we all sort of slip up on those braking distances. We all passed the highway code and knew what our braking distances were.
Yeah.
But actually, most of us travel too close to the car in front, and that doesn't give you time. And what a lot of these criminals are doing is disabling their brake lights or inducing an accident by suddenly stopping and catching you unawares, and you go into the back of them.
So what should
and
you
then
do?
they claim for whiplash as well.
If you are put in one of these positions, what do you do after the crash? What's your
After the
advice?
crash, as I said, gather as many witnesses as you can. That is absolutely imperative. Call the police. And another thing that I really would do is if there's two of you in the car, you've got another witness, get them to record everything on their mobile phone.
Yeah.
Very quickly, just press video and start recording things. Take a photograph of as many photographs as you can to record the scene, and take a photograph of the inside of their car. Do it sort of subtly, but you need to see how many people are in that car. Because if it's just one person and suddenly whiplash claim for 6 people goes in, which is what's happening, you need proof that there weren't 6 people in that car. You've got to be able to prove everything. And it's horrible to live like this.
And not to put you on the spot, but do most new cars now have dash cams?
Yes, they do. But if you don't have a dash cam, and I've got a car that I bought in 2020 and it doesn't have dash cam in it, these range from 25 quid. There's a smaller one, more expensive, that's just shy of £100. They're continually recording, and there's an absolute no-brainer. You get them on the front and the back. And if they see you've got a dash cam, you're going to be OK. They won't bother because they know there's evidence there.
Lovely stuff. Thank you.
Hi,
Alice.
everyone. Just wanted to say thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. Now, listen, we upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.